I need to be super quick about the intro of this video because there's sunny weather outside, so the exposure, the white balance, everything changes. I've been very busy in the past 2 weeks since I released my last video. That's why this video is very last minute. But during that time, I did get to order this brand new 18 to 50mm Sigma f2.8 zoom lens, which is like probably going to be one of my favorite lenses of all time. This is not a review for it. This is just a little talk about if you should invest something like this. So I was very skeptical buying this lens for a few reasons. And that's because it reminds me a lot of the Tamron 28 to 75 f2.8 full frame lens. That's a mouthful if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's basically the same lens as this one, but for full frame cameras. The same zoom range, the same f2.8 aperture, similar lightweight size, similar build quality, but not really, I'll explain later. And so I've had experience with this zoom range before. So why was I skeptical buying this Sigma zoom lens? I'm a big fan of solidly built lenses. I like to have a weather sealing on my lenses. I like them to be sturdy. I like them to have better materials put into them. Of course, I also like them to be not crazy expensive. But getting all those things together, it's hard. It's hard to find a lens like that. One of the reasons why I don't really like Sony zoom lenses is because I don't feel like they are built like in the best way. I had a 24 to 105 Sony lens, like good function, but it didn't feel solid to me. It felt like I had to take care of it. Same thing with that Tamron lens that I talked about just a moment ago. Like I had to babysit a lens, you know? And I've not had that experience with Sigma Art Series lenses and Lumix lenses because they're just so well built, and I'm used to having great build quality on my lenses. So I was skeptical buying this, even though I know the zoom range, even though I know I have gotten good footage with this zoom range before. So yeah, this video is mostly just me talking about the build quality of this. With that Tamron lens, it was a love-hate relationship. When you extended the barrel, it was moving a little bit. There was a lot of dust getting into the front lens element. Like things you don't want if you're buying a lens for use for multiple years. How do you say it? On the flip side of things, that Tamron with the same zoom range as this Sigma was on my camera all the time. I got weddings with it, I was traveling with it, I was getting just daily videos, photos, whatever with it. Here I'll throw some shots on top while I'm talking just so you can see what kind of shots you can get with it. And that's the thing, like I had it on all the time, which meant I had to babysit that lens all the time. I was skeptical buying this. That's what I've said multiple times already. That's why I don't know if I wanted to get this, but I got it anyways. That was just to see if it is any better than that Tamron. Even though it also uses plastic, even though it is also lightweight, also has macro capabilities, also has f2.8 aperture, also is small and lightweight. It has a lot of good features going for it. But the important thing is the build quality. Is it gonna last you? First things first, one of the best things to test a zoom lens is to zoom it out and check if it wiggles. It doesn't wiggle one bit. Second thing is the fact that if you extend it, it doesn't extend much. Like, yes, compared to the small size of it, it extends by about like 25%, let's just say. But it is still small, it is still light, it doesn't really mess with the balance too much. So if you have it on a gimbal, it is not gonna mess you up. And then the optics are also super nice on this, same as it was on that Tamron, it was super sharp. It also has macro capabilities, which I've used a few times already while testing this lens. The manual focus ring is okay, it's not anything crazy. Sadly, it is not linear, which is something I would like to see more lenses implement, linear focusing. And unlike that Tamron lens, this actually has less weather resistance because it only has a weather sealing gasket on the back. You can see it has like a little rubber which of course is better than it not having any. So, not that good for weather, for rainy conditions, let's just say that. Even with the fact that it's plastic, that it doesn't have the best weather sealing, it is still a solid feeling lens. Nice heft to it. It is lightweight overall, but the weight is well balanced. It doesn't feel cheap, it feels solid. When I press on the plastic, it doesn't go in anywhere. It is solid. It feels great. If you're skeptical, don't be. This is a good lens, and I'm gonna go in the streets in the city now. I'm gonna test it out. Maybe I'll throw some photos, maybe I'll throw some videos on top right now. I believe this would get scratched up over time quite easily. For now, thank you for watching. If you have more video ideas or topics you want me to discuss, let me know, leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for the support on the last video. I'll see you next time, hopefully in not too long after this video. Yes.